Yo guys, Hollywood here, bringing you the skinny on what went down this weekend. So it was Impy, the 4th ever year of running of Impy as well. I didn't make it down there. Unfortunately, a couple of things came into play that stopped me from making the trip. But by all accounts, it does sound like it was an absolute belter. Let's talk about the heroes going into the event. Slayer, William Slater. He's always been the man to beat at the event for the last 2 years. Remember, the first ever Impy was won by Travis Teasdale, or Double T when you're still on the KTMs. And then for the last 2 seasons, the big Impy as we call it, because they have got a couple of events that they run through the year. The big Impy that always runs in the middle of the season, that's been the Slayer. So he was going for his 3-peat in 2018. Didn't go his way. He's a rider that's been coming back from injuries for the last couple of months. So he's kind of been a no-show for the last couple of rounds of the National Enduros. But the Impy is his, and that's always been his goal for the whole way through the year. Managed to walk away with a top 4 finish. In fact, it was a top 3 and second in category. So nice return to form for Slayer. He does love that kind of terrain, but unfortunately he has to bow down and give away the crown. Remember last year it was himself, Chris Barnes and Kenny Gilbert that were on the box. This year it was all about the Yamahas dominating the top 2 positions, at least out front. That was Blake Goodside. Blake comes off an incredible win just 2 weeks back at the ICE event as the new reigning ICE champion, after making that insane pass on Double T with a couple of corners to go. Second on the day and second on the 3 days of the Impy, should I say, was Flanagan. So Carl Flanagan is in great form as well. He also comes off a podium finish just 2 weeks back at ICE. So the Yamaha boys are starting to take a stranglehold on the championship as well. Inside the top 5, the big kid, William Oosthuizen, he did his championship hopes a power of good. He's bringing home consistent rides, consistent finishes, and points on the plate every single time. Sounds like it was a bad weekend for Dwayne Kleinams. I haven't got the full breakdown of what exactly went down, but he's missing out the top 4, so that's going to hurt his championship going forward into the next rounds, which look like they're going to be up in Mpumalanga. We are starting to hear, like around about this time of year, you get a couple of changes to the calendar and things get a little bit wild. But that's where we are for now. So well done to Impy, well done to the new champ of Impy, and he seems to be becoming the new champ of a lot of things at the moment, and that's old Blakey. What's going forwards then? So this is a little bit of a wild month of July. Absolutely crazy. This coming weekend there are something like 5 or 6 events. So where am I? Hollywood's been picked up by the guys that run the National Rally Championship, the NRC. So it's the Algoa Rally, which is the PE round of the rally. So I was just down there a couple of weeks back for ICE. Now I'm going to go back down there for cars and sideways action. So I'm real excited about that. There's also the big one, the double-header big banger, the next round of the National and Regional Championship for motocross, and that's at Terratopia. So Joburg based, should see the biggest rider lineup of the season, and yeah, it's going to be a roost fest as well. I spoke to those guys. That track chews up big time. It's a relatively easy track for everyone, and yeah, the difference is going to be roost. So Whole Shot City, we'll have to see the guys that come off the gate can walk away with the cheese. The other events that we're going to be watching out for, of course, the next round of the Africa Championship, the races up in the northwest. That's going to be coming around the bend, as well as in 2 weeks' time we finally go GXCC racing. So we've been really desperate to get back GXCC racing. There's been a huge chunk in the middle of the year. I think the guys that went up to the desert hadn't raced off-road or sprint events or any kind of cross-country events unless they went up into the northwest. Some of the guys hadn't swung a leg for like 3 or 4, maybe 5 weeks. So that's going to be the 14th of July. That's in Lahau. So that's the old area around Settlers. So around about 2 hours out of town. So we're finally going to make our way up there. And then pretty much straight after that, the next week is going to be Pikes Peak, to the next round of the National Off-Road Championship Series. So a very busy and compacted middle of the year. The GXCCs will be back on point once again. I think from now on until the end of the season, they run maybe once every month or once every month and 1 week. So that keeps things nice and busy for those guys. But a very busy month of July coming up, and then all of a sudden I think you go into August and it's the next round of the Lowveld Enduros. So nice and busy. Everyone's been hopping and popping. I managed to grab a little weekend off with my wife and the 2 hairy kids, and we went on a nice chill weekend. But from now on, it is work, 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 and that's all good. I love it. Hollywood likes to keep hopping and popping the whole way through the season. But for now, it's nice quick one for you guys. We wrapped up the desert last week. We wrapped up now Impi, and we are now officially in the second half of the season. So good luck to everyone. Hang in there for another 6 months. Our last sign off will be coming out of the Roof of Africa. Roof finally going back into December. So around about the 1st or 2nd week of December, we'll be listing our final Hollywood Hills of the season. But for now, hang in there. It's about to get real busy again. Nice busy month of July for us. We've got GXCCs back on point, the next round of the National Championships, the next round of the Africa Off-Roads. Super busy. Gotta love it. Absolutely mint. So we're going to sign off with that. Big thanks once again to Holeshot, to Polysport, and to Beta, our loyal sponsors. And we will be looking for some new sponsors going forward into the second half of the season. So you guys know where to get hold of me. Give me a shout, drop me a line, drop me an email. For now, we'll sign off with a nice quick one. Have a great week. Latest.